Let's see if we can't get this thing to run today. Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Let's see if we can't get this Honda CB550 Cafe Racer running today. So we went through a few things on it the first time I had it, started working on it, worked on the electrical a little bit, and then went through the carburetors. So really all we have left to do now is, well, there's probably a lot left to do now, but what I have left to do is hook up a battery to this thing and see if the electrical works, and then take a look at the tank, flush it if need be, hook it up to these carburetors, and we will cross our fingers that they work well, do not leak and such, and we'll see if she fires up and runs. We don't have turn signals hooked up. I don't have a tail light hooked up. In fact, there's all the wiring for the back, so we're not going to worry too much about that part of the electrical, but we can see if the headlight works and if these indicator lights work, that sort of thing. Now I found in the box of parts I was given with this, the stuff that got stripped off of here, I found a battery box. So I shoved that in here, and I found a couple of bolts in my stash that fit it. So I got a battery box sitting in here, and I have a lithium battery on my bench over there somewhere. So I'm gonna move some stuff around here, see if we can't get a little bit of room in the garage so we can work on this and see if we can get that working. And if that's the case, I might even see if I can drive it up and down the driveway a little bit. So let me move some stuff around and we'll get cracking on this. One of the beautiful things about lithium batteries is they don't really care if they're sideways, upside down, doesn't really matter. There's no liquid in them. So this battery didn't fit widthwise, so I set it this way. We're hooked up, our ground and our positive lead. Let's take a look at what we have here. Sweet. Oh, let's see. Lights on. All right, cool. We have a headlight, low beam. High beam works, but a high beam indicator's not working. Horn doesn't work. Oh, wait. There it is. All right, excellent. And let's see what happens here. Okay. So, we're going to take a look inside of this fuel tank. Let's take a look in here. I don't even know how to open this thing. Okay, there we go. See in there? Looks pretty clean. Give it a sniff. It smells like old gas. All right, I'm gonna flush that out a little bit. Okay, I put a couple of ounces of gas in there and swished it around and opened it up, and fuel came out perfectly clean, so I think it just kind of smelled bad. So let's do a real time. All right, fuel is on. So we'll do a little real time here, see what happens. Hopefully, if things go well, we won't see any fuel leakage out of these carburetors. Okay, I don't see any leakage. Let's see, choke is up. Got you in the stand here, but she doesn't want to sit very good. Okay, no overflow coming out yet. Let's turn the key on and cross our fingers and see what happens here. Oh my goodness, did you hear that? Pretty good. shabby, all things considered. I don't know how long this bike has been not running. I didn't get all the information on it, but she fired up pretty easily. And it sounds like I have a little bit of adjusting to do, maybe set idle or something, but not too bad. Well, now that it's sort of running, this is where you run into the problem with these, these air pod filters here, because it is very difficult to get this engine to run properly with those filters. It'll run amazing at wide open, but it won't run great anywhere else. So your transitions between idle and mid-range will be very jerky, and it may not idle very good at all. Like I've got it kind of idling here. But going from idle to mid-range, it's not the best. But I guess we're where we're at on it. So I did have a little bit of leakage out of one of these carburetors, but it looks like it stopped. I think maybe this one was leaking, but it stopped. So I think that float was just a little sticky. I have to do something with this center stand. I don't know if I showed this before. Let me see if I can show you what's going on with that before we can even attempt to ride it to see if everything works on it. There we go. So the center stand goes all the way up here and it hits this chain, and the chain's way too loose as well, but that's not a problem for right now because we're just gonna see if the clutch and the transmission works. But this center stand, I think, used to rest against the exhaust pipe that would have been right here. That's what kept it down. So I'm gonna just make something, probably something pretty cheesy actually, because it's only gonna be here temporary. I imagine that the owner is going to remove that center stand. So I'm just gonna make something right here to hold it down for now. And I'll put the seat on and put a towel or something on it, and then we'll see if it goes up and down the driveway. How's that for freaking ghetto, huh? I can put a zip tie in the bottom of it, but that's just for a temporary solution here. Looks like we might have just the slightest little bit of leak around this float bowl, but otherwise not too bad. So let me push it out and let's see, I got my safety shoes and my safety pants on. Maybe I'll put a helmet on at least. Be somewhat of a steward of safety. We'll get it out here and I'll run it up and down the driveway a couple times. Helmets on, safety first. And a high-tech battery hold down and a seat cushion. So let's see if it works. Let's see if it goes up and down the driveway, I guess. Get you in position for this exciting footage. It's terrible. I can't stand riding it, but it seems like it works. Well, she started up pretty easy. Runs okay. still needs a little bit of tuning, and that's gonna be a trial and error type of a thing, working with main jets and pilot jets in the carburetor, just to get the best that you can, which will never be perfect. Like I said, it just doesn't work great. I took it up and down the street after I rode it up and down the driveway, and yeah, once you're moving, it runs really well once you get up here in the RPM range, but it just runs like crap down here, and I don't know if we'll be able to tune that out of it. But I think at this point I am probably done with this project, because the owner of the bike really needs to decide what they want to do with it, as far as if it's going to be an around town bike or something they plan to actually ride, which I don't know if you could tell by me riding it, but the riding position is terrible with those Clubman bars. In fact, here, let me set this down on the stand, and I'll sit on it. You can kind of see where elbows and knees end up. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to tell here. I'll get on it. I don't have the center stand anymore, but I should be able to sit on it. And you can see my elbow and my knee are like right there. It's just not comfortable. You're crouched down and your legs are up. Yeah, well, surprisingly enough, you would think that that would be reminiscent of something like this, but sport bikes don't have you crouched up like that. Yes, you're leaned over a bit, but the geometry is a lot different. This is a lot shorter distance between here and there than it is from here to there. You can see that. So you're stretched out a bit more, even though you're leaned over. These are just not designed to be like this. So there's a couple things you can do. You can get rear set pegs, which help out a little bit, but then your knees are sitting kind of behind your feet are sitting behind your hips. Anyway, that's just me being an old man, I guess, at this point, because I probably would have loved this 25 years ago. And now I just wish it was going to be going back to stock, but it's not my bike, so I'll just enjoy it for what it is. It's still a pretty clean example of a nice old Honda. It still runs okay. And with a little bit of messing around, it'll run decent. It'll never be great, but it'll be decent. So this turned out to be a little bit easier than I thought, but that's okay. I don't mind a few wins now and then. If you're digging what I'm putting out, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you very much for all my new subscribers. I see my numbers are growing, and I really dig that. That means I got more stuff to get done in this garage, and hopefully y'all can learn a thing or two, get inspired to work on some stuff yourself if that's what you want to do. You know, why pay someone else to do it if you can mess it up at home? Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.